Hello, YouTube. This is Jerry D from Tennessee, the crazy old man from East Tennessee talking about stocks, man. And boy, am I crazy. But time is ticking, and this is an important video. I talked about in the previous video about there's a group of investors that's in Blue Spear trying to force them to come out of the dark and come current with their financial information, because if they don't, everybody that's got money in that stock, we're just gonna lose some money. They just pocket the money or whatever that's tied up in it, and the stock's gone. Unless later they come current, and your brokerage, if you don't, liquidate your shares, let them talk you out of your shares for nothing, pretty much. You won't get anything out of them. They'll just take them from you, and you'll get to write it off on the taxes is what'll happen. But so the recap on the shares transfers owners of record. I went on eTrade, went through the instructions, and they rejected my request and said they needed an account number. So I contacted ClearTrust. This is after talking to eTrade. I called eTrade on their support line, and because I couldn't get them. Some reason eTrade's, you can get online, you can chat with them, the online chat. Even during business hours, that was down. And I don't know what was going on about that, but it kind of irritates me because this is supposed to be a pretty good sized corporation, pretty good sized business, and it seems like stuff like it would work. Well, something else that irritated me. Okay, so I called them. I asked them, why did you reject my request to transfer 1,000 shares? I have 2 brokerage accounts with them. So I've got a small position. I've got 100,000 shares of Blue Spear. So I don't have a whole lot of money into it, but I don't want to lose that money. And if the stock goes up, I mean, that's better than interest in the bank, because the bank, like I said it before, the bank's not paying any interest on savings. So if they don't come current by the end of September, I'm afraid the stock may disappear, the ticker. That might be what the company wants. I don't know. I don't know what their plans are, what's going on with the company. They may be just focused on doing business, and it's not a priority for them. So there's a movement. If they get 300 shareholders, owners of record, then the SEC will force them to release their financials, and then they will be pink current. So eTrade said I needed to open an account with ClearTrust and give them an account number. So I got a reply from them, and you could probably see it better. I copied the reply into this notepad. The text is a little bigger. Actually, I wonder if I can edit the text. Format, print, page setup. Well, maybe I can't. Well, that's kind of interesting. I thought Notepad would let me zoom in. Ooh, that's better. All right. Yes, I can. All right. So I got a reply from ClearTrust, and they said, Jerry, please make sure eTrade is processing a DRS withdrawal. Now, do I know what DRS means? No, I don't know what DRS means. But now, I would assume that eTrade should know what DRS means, and not an ACAT, which they are saying that's what eTrade thought I wanted. An account number is not required for a DRS withdrawal. A ACAT is for broker-to-broker transfers, and we are not a broker. so we cannot receive an ACAT. Sincerely, Kyla D. Neumann, ClearTrust LLC. So this is from ClearTrust. So I have sent the reply back, and I have resubmitted my request to eTrade to transfer my shares, just 1,000, just a portion, which is going to leave me in eTrade 98,000 shares. So, and that's okay. I can transfer, from what I understand, I can transfer these shares back to eTrade after this is all said and done, and everything's good. I'm back to where I was at, and hopefully eTrade will be trading again. And that's what the stockholders, there's two groups. There's a Reddit group. There's also a group in Facebook. Actually, I think there's two groups in Facebook, I believe. I've only a member of one of them. I think there's two groups. But anyway, I know there's at least one group in Facebook, and there is a group in Reddit. I'll leave the links to those two groups if you want to join. If you have Blue Spear stock, I encourage you to do this. I'll leave the instructions, or look up my other video. I have the instructions for eTrade and TD Ameritrade, how to transfer the stock between both. It's actually, you just go into customer service, and you upload your letter where you make the request as a document. You just upload the document, and it's just the letter. Oh my word! I've got to redo this too because they want it signed. But I'll do that tomorrow. So one of the requirements, eTrade, when I talk to eTrade, they want a signed letter. Darn, I forgot that. Oh well. That'll be all right though. We can get this done just today. But that's the instructions. If you go out on Reddit, if you go on Facebook, there's instructions. Just do a search for Blue Spear. Go to the groups. You'll have to ask to join the Facebook group. If you go to Reddit, you just need an account on Reddit to see. If you want to post, you'll have to join the group. But you can read all the posts in the group if you're not part of the group in Reddit. And there are clear instructions on how to do this on the Reddit group for Blue Spear. BLSP, the ticker. So, this is important. They need 300 stockholders to do this, to get 300 stockholders of record. And according to the SEC rules, if there's 300 stockholders of record that the transfer company has a record of, they can be forced to come out of the dark and go pink current. Okay, or they will probably be fined. There's probably some kind of penalty, and they probably would rather release their financials than get the fines or whatever the punishment that the SEC is going to throw at them. So, it might be just as simple as they're going to have to reimburse everybody for their investment, too. I don't know. I really don't know all the details about this, but I know this is a movement that's going on, and the whole thing is not down in the stock. It's trying to get them pink current so people do not lose the money they have invested in the stock. Because it's almost, the company's kind of acting like they don't care if we lose our money in the stock. They've not filed anything. They've had several months. Well, I mean, almost, I guess, over a year. It's been, I guess, a year. Was it 9 months? 9 months to a year that this has been known. This has been in the news. This was like last fall, November, December. This has been talked about. The news was released. It hadn't been a real big deal. Everybody's just kind of been brushing it off. Now that the deadline is coming up, it's getting to be serious news for people. There's more people talking about it. And if you're stuck in the stocks that's not pink current, you're just going to lose out, because there's a possibility the stocks are going to get delisted if they don't. They have 2 years. And I don't know if it's 2 years from the end of this September date, this September deadline, that they have, or if it's 2 years from the last time they filed. I'm not really sure it's not really clear on where the 2 years starts and how they're going to enforce this. So there's probably going to be an announcement when the deadline hits. I would say Bloomberg's probably going to talk about it. All the stock media companies that release news probably will have if nothing else, a short story about this with some details of what it means. So, anyway, I encourage you, if you're in any dark, defunct stocks, if they're trading at all, and they're not showing any signs of coming pink current, you might want to get out of them before the end of this month. If you can at all get out of them. There's a few that I'm in. I'm in at least 4 that I was looking through my portfolio that's dark and defunct. And it's been over 2 years since they have filed any kind of financials or anything with the SEC. And I have a feeling that my investments in those 4 stocks, 4 or 5, I'm just going to lose my money because none of those stocks are moving at all right now. There's no movement at all on those 4 or 5 stocks. So it's not the best news in the world. It's the SEC's trying to get rid of these shell stocks. They're trying to clean up the OTC market and clean up the shell stocks to where these pump and dumps are happening on these stocks that nobody cares about. People go out, they pump, they release false information on Twitter, make stuff up, tweet stuff. Not everybody makes up stuff. But there's a select group that pump the stock to get the price up. They'll buy into it before they start pumping it. They get hyped up about the stock, get people buying into the stock, and then while the people are buying into the stock, they're dumping the stock, making a profit, and then the people that they got hyped up about the stock are left holding a bag. They're what you call bag holders, and they're stuck in the stock until it spikes again, and who knows when it will spike again. If the company releases financials, comes current, then it'll probably move again. But if nothing's going on from the company, no news, PR, press releases, then the stock's probably not going to go anywhere, and you're just stuck in the stock. So I'm coming out with these videos about this just for informational purposes, so you guys will know. Just be aware of this. This is happening this September. Well, let's move on because I got another email. eTrade released another email. Updated SEC rules for over-the-counter securities. So this explains it right here. So September 28th is the deadline. New regulations will affect your ability to buy and sell pink, no information, gray market, and expert market over-the-counter OTC securities, including at eTrade. That's kind of a weird statement. I'm not sure why including at eTrade. I guess they mean the stocks in the eTrade, OTC stocks that you could trade in eTrade, as well as other brokerages. Maybe that's what they're meaning by that. Anyway, that just kind of struck me funny the way that was worded. That's just kind of weird. So on September 28th, 2021, new amendments to Rule 15C2-11 under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 take effect that will impact the market for certain OTC securities classified as pink, no information, gray market, and expert market OTC securities, collectively impacted OTC securities. Over the counter is what OTC is. So these rule changes prohibit broker-dealers like eTrade from publishing bid-ask quotations of companies that fail to publicly report and keep current their financial and other company information. The amendments also restrict the ability of retail investors to open new positions in impacted OTC securities. What these rule changes mean for you. So, after Friday, August 27, 2021, eTrade customers no longer be able to buy impacted OTC securities. That's why my stocks are not moving. They've already froze those a lot of them. through eTrade. eTrade will restrict new buy orders and impacted OTC securities prior to the regulatory enforcement date, as it may become more difficult to liquidate such securities after the compliance deadline. While eTrade will accept closing orders to liquidate positions of these securities after the amendment goes into effect on September 28, 2021, it may be more difficult to sell these securities as quoting and market liquidity may be very limited. The following restrictions will apply to any closing order or for impacted OTC securities. You must not be an affiliate, insider, or control person of the company. Only limited orders will be accepted. Quotes for the security will not be available. So, I'm sure other brokerages are sending out the similar email as this. So this is very important. This is something you really need to be aware of. If you're trading penny stocks, I encourage you, if you are in these stocks, if you can possibly do this owner of record thing for the stocks, if you're in a group for some of these stocks that's not moving, maybe if you can get 300 stockholders of record like the Blue Spear people are doing, you can force them to go public under the SEC rules. They will be forced to file their financials and go public and continue trading. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm still struggling with this Blue Spear group. eTrade's probably going to reject my order. Like I said, I resubmitted it after talking or getting a reply from ClearTrust. I'm going to have to resubmit again with a signed copy. I'm going to have to print it out, sign it, scan it in as a PDF, and then re-upload it and redo it. So, but, I mean, they can do this transaction in a week, in about 5 days to 2 weeks. So I've got time to get this done. I'm going to get it done this week so I can be part of the 300. Anyway, so I encourage you, to pay attention to this restriction. This is a real deal. This is going to cost a lot of people money. If you're stuck into some securities that are not, that are not trading, that are dark or defunct, if they have skull and crossbones on OTC markets, or a stop sign, then you will not be able to trade these securities. You will be stuck. And when they halt the trading where you can't buy or sell these things, you can't liquidate. I mean, you can call the brokerage and say, I want to take a loss on this. Just take my shares, do whatever, delete them, whatever, and I'll take a tax loss on my taxes next year or something like that. At the end of the year, you might be able to do that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's going to happen. I'm sure I'm going to find out. Because I've got a handful of these guys that I'm in, that I have 400 or 500. I've probably got $2,000 tied up in about 4 or 5 stocks. So, it's a risk to trade stocks, even NASDAQ stocks. It's a risk. You can lose money. It's the realization that you've got to make before you bite the bullet and you invest in stocks. So you got to trade smart, trade scared, be informed, and that's what I'm trying to do with this video. Keep you informed about this rule. It's a sad time for OTC, and at the same time, the SEC's just trying to protect the retail investor, but at the same time, they're hurting us. Oh, about yanked my headphones loose. At the same time, they're going to hurt us if you get stuck in the stock and you take a loss, and that's not good either. So, it is what it is. It's beyond our control, and we'll see what we can do. It's just a sad situation. Anyway, I appreciate you checking out my video. I'll be coming out with more videos as things go on. This is a very important thing. You really need to look into this. Look through your portfolio. See if you have any dark, defunct, stop sign stocks on OTC market. And if you're in them, I advise you, if they're not trading, they're not looking like they're going to become current or file anything, you might want to look at maybe taking a loss on the stocks and getting out of it if you can, possibly. It might be too late. eTrade locked down as far as it looks like Friday, August 27th was the last date they were going to let you trade on a lot of the stocks. They may not have locked down all the stocks, but I don't know. I don't know what the qualifications for the stock to get locked down is. If it's just been a year since they filed, they may give them, they may be part of that 2-year. You got a 2-year opportunity to go current. If it's been longer than 2 years, I don't know. They may wipe the stocks. As I've shown in a previous video that I had one stock. The ticker can't even be searched for on eTrade at all. You can't look it up on OTC markets. But on my portfolio, I could bring up this number of what the stock used to be. I had 2 million shares. I had $1,000 in this stock. Had 2 million shares in this stock, and the name, the ticker, ELTZ, the change to some weird random hexadecimal looking number. If you're a computer guy, you know what hexadecimal is, but it's a weird number. It doesn't make any sense. It probably makes sense to the brokerage. It's how they keep the record for the stock and who all's in the stock. But anyway, yeah, you won't even be able to search for it. You can probably search for that weird number and get it to come up, and it'll come up with the name, and it says it's not worth anything. It's not worth anything. So, anyway, that's where we're at. This is September 2nd. The countdown is going. The 28th is the deadline. Looks like eTrade's already pulled the trigger based off the email they sent out on the 27th. So I meant to get this out sooner, and I forgot about the email. I meant to make a video about this, but they've been talking about this, like I said, since November, December last year. It's been a while, at least 9 to 12 months that this has been news, that they've been talking about this. So it's not a secret, but not a whole lot of YouTube people that's talking about these penny stocks. Not a lot of the guys on these channels are talking about this thing. They're starting to now. Because the deadline's coming up, and this is a real thing, and people's getting stuck and they can't trade out of the stocks. So yeah, it's getting to be big news. It's going to be even bigger news as the deadline comes close. So it's unfortunate. It is what it is. If you can get out of the stocks, then I encourage you to do that. If you could try to pull together all the users or the shareholders and get a 300 count of shareholders, what do they call it? Go back over here. Owners of record. Owners of record. You get 300 owners of record, they can be forced to go public. This is a real thing. I got a reply right here. It's my letter from ClearTrust. I'm going to put this down in the comments for you guys to read, so you know how to make the letter when you request this. But I'm going to have to redo mine because I didn't sign it. I'm going to have to print it out, sign my name to it, and resubmit it. So, oh well. Details. But you got to do it. You got to follow the rules, or they're not going to do it for you. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and I'll keep you posted. I hope to see Blue Spear trading soon, because I believe in this company. I believe in what they're doing. They're taking animal waste, turning it into methane gas, reusing the gas. They're doing other things. I'm sure they're making fertilizer after they're done with the livestock waste. They probably go and turn around and use the waste after it's been processed for fertilizer for farmers. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a green industry. I mean, they're taking a byproduct from the farmers and they're turning it into energy. So, I think they've got several other things going on too. Just go out. I'd visit the website. But anyway, it won't matter if the stock disappears, if the ticker disappears. You can't buy into it anyway. Hopefully we'll fix that. There's what the movement is for. They're trying to fix that. Get this stock trading so we can continue to see it trade, the price, the move. We'll see. We'll see. I'll continue to make videos about this. Anyway, thanks for coming by. I'd love for you to join my channel or subscribe to it. Click the bell and you'll be notified when I come out with new videos. And click the like button and this will be pushed out to other people so the news will get out to other investors. So thank you again for joining the channel. And I hope you have a profitable week. Hope you have a safe holiday weekend coming up. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a good night. Goodbye. Hey, thanks for coming by. Glad you checked out the video. Hope you liked it. If you like it, please click on the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. May God bless you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye. I miss my little buddy, Mr. Sully. May you rest in peace. We're going to miss you, big boy.
Dad, check out the bird. I know, I see it, buddy. Isn't it cute?
I wonder what it tastes like.
What did you just say?
I want to eat the bird.
No, buddy, that's a cardinal. You can't.
I'm gonna eat it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it.
Hey.
And I'm gonna eat it right in front of you.
Oh, God. You are just like your mother. Dad, check out the bird. I know, I see it, buddy. Isn't it cute?
I wonder what it tastes like.
What did you just say?
I want to eat the bird.
No, buddy, that's a cardinal. You can't.
I'm gonna eat it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it.
Hey.
And I'm gonna eat it right in front of you.
Oh, God. You are just like your